Hi, this is Susan from Susan B Cards. Today I'm going to be using the double and single peony by Susan Tierney Coburn for Spellbinders. And it's this really pretty die set that you can make either a double peony that looks like this or the single peony that has an open center. I'm going to be making the double peony and I'm going to show you how I color the petals. Here's a card that I made. I posted this on Instagram a few weeks ago and people really liked it. I made this large flower and then this smaller kind of bud here. I colored the petals in Distress Oxide ink, and I decided to do it in non-traditional colors, and I really like the way that it came out. So I'm going to show you how I colored these flowers. So I had the idea of then trying to do some more unusual color combinations. I just thought it'd be kind of fun because I tend to do realistic flowers, and I thought it would be interesting to try something different. So here I did some oranges, pinks, and yellows, and it's a little bit more pastel-y. This one I went full rainbow, and I actually, went red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and then the purple on the bottom. And then this one I really like, and I just decided to use some bright colors here. So I started with the yellow tones, went to orange, and then purple. But on each of these petals, I did two colors so that it would give a little bit more interest. So here on this last set, I did like a hot pink with a purple edge. So I'm going to show you how I made these next. Each of the dies has a number on here that tells you how many times you need to cut to make one flower. So for the largest one, it's 4 times. I cut the white cardstock 4 times. The middle one is 3 times. The smallest set, which includes 2 flowers, it says to cut them 2 times. And I did that, but I ended up cutting the very smallest one 3 times, and that's because I wanted the center to be really closed, and the only way that I found that I could do that was by using 3 flowers and then gluing them together to make that small bud. I use 65-pound paper. That's what I like to use. I don't like it to be too heavy, so that way I could shape the flowers easily without, making a lot of bends or marks in the paper. So I'm going to go ahead and start coloring my petals, and I'll list all the products I use and the colors in the description underneath the video, or you could go to my blog at susanbcards.blogspot.com. Starting with the smallest petal, I'm going to go ahead and color this with some picked raspberry, which is a fuchsia type color. You can use a sticky mat or a gel plate if you have one of those to keep these dies in place, and you can avoid bending them, but I haven't had a problem doing it on the mat. Plus I like how easily my brush moves on the glass. So I color both sides. And there's really no technique to that, just coloring the petals completely. And then I'd like to go back onto the tips with another color. So I'm going to use the ripe persimmon. So I'm just going to go ahead and edge that a little bit, and you'll see that it just makes it look a little bit of a darker color, and I like the color variation that it gives. And I do this on both sides, especially for the smallest one. You will be able to see the back side of the petals. And some of the other ones you don't, but I still color them just in case. I like the way that it looks. You could also start with colored cardstock if you want. If you have some maybe lightweight colored cardstock, you can start with a pink and then just edge the tips. But I like being able to color my own paper sometimes, so that's what I'm doing here. So each of these gets colored the same way, and then I'm going to move on to the next color. For the medium-sized one, I'm going to go ahead and color this yellow and orange. I'm going to start with the yellow, and that's where I want it. I want the yellow to be on the tips of the flowers, so I'm going to start there first because it's a lighter color. So I just start that way, and then I'm going to go back to this orange, and I'll do the bottom portion. So here, I'll try it the other way, and I could just leave the tips. That looks pretty good, and I think you could just go back and color the tips yellow. So that's the second size, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other one exactly the same way. For the third set, I'm going to use orange, and I'm going to tip this in a dark red. I'm going to use Candied apple. So I'll do the same thing on the back. Now I'm using the largest flower, and I'm going to use the same red, and I'm going to edge that in a purple. The last step in making the flowers is shaping them. I'm using the Sizzix Shaping Kit, and it comes with this foam mat and these 3 tools. I'm just going to show you how I do one set of the petals, and these are the medium size or the second size petal. So I start by just using the small stylus and crimping the edges a bit. I think in the video, Susan Tierney Coburn shows that she kind of pulls the edges in, and that'll help break down some of the fibers in the paper. You won't have these lines later. You'll see as I put it together, but it does help shape the petals a bit. So you can do that, or you can just do the edges. I found that they kind of work the same, because I do a lot more shaping. And then I just take the, whichever ball stylus you want to use. For this one, since the petals aren't that big, I'm using this second largest one. And there's also a small one for the tiny pieces at the end. And then I just start making that cupping shape. And I go around and I do this to each petal. So you can kind of see what I have now. Then I go and using the reverse tweezers, I just kind of curl the pieces in. And then I do the edges too. Maybe I don't do it on every single piece, but I'll just go through and I'll kind of bend some of these backwards just to give it a more realistic shape. Just some on the inside, some on the outside. Then just kind of shape the petals a little bit. And the last step is just to use the large ball and really bring it in by pushing the center. And you can go back through, and if you don't like some of those marks that the tweezers made, you can kind of erase those off by rubbing over it. And that's what I have. So you can see how it's a cup shape. And I've done most of these. I have one of each size left that I just have to do. And then these just get alternated so that the petals will show. Later when I glue this together, this is how I'll do it. Stack them by size. And here's the next size. Now for the smallest size, I do something different. So I told you that I cut 3 of the very smallest one, even though it said to cut 2, because I like the center piece to be kind of folded in. So I'm just going to go ahead, kind of, all I need to do for this one is kind of shape it so that it's cupped. I don't make all the edge presses because I'm going to glue this all together so that it's closed like this. So you just want to shape the edges so it's a little bit easier to fold in. And on this one, you can see why you need to color both sides of the paper, because it's going to show a little bit of each. So then what I do is just take some glue, and I'm going to just put glue on some of these edges. You don't need as much glue as I just put on there, but I'll just wipe some of that off. And then I just push each of the sides together and kind of hold that. You're going to need to hold that in place for a minute or so. I want to keep it like this folded shape, like this. So I'm going to hold that, and then I'll put that in the center, and I'll show you how I put the flower together. I have this piece now, it's dried, and I have these shaped small piece here. So I'm going to take this piece. I'm just going to use my tweezers, just a little bit easier. I'm going to put some glue on it, a little bit around the edges and the bottom. And then I'm going to place it into this center piece. And then just try to cup it around it a little bit. Now this is going to need to dry. Okay, I'll just put this down for a minute. And then I'm going to take the next piece, same size, and then I'm going to put some glue again. And then this one I'm going to alternate so that we have the petals offset. So you can see you start to have, whoops, the center of the flower. So usually I just take some kind of tape. This is like a washi tape, and just use it to kind of cup this and keep it in place. There is a silicone tray that you can buy, but I don't have it, and that'll hold each of these little pieces in place and keep it in a cup. So I just keep moving on. Once this sets just a little bit more, because I don't want it to all fall apart, I'll just start alternating. And I have all my petals here. And I'll put the center in there, then alternate these two, and just keep moving on to the larger size. Just trying to eyeball it and be sure that the petals are showing, so that you have that. And you'll end up with this flower. Now you need to let it sit for a couple hours just to be sure all the glue is dried, and then it's pretty sturdy after that, and it's a nice flower. You could use this on a card, or I like to get a gift box and put that on top as a wrapped, instead of a bow, you could put that on top. Here's my flower. I'm on the last two, so I just thought I'd show you the last few. For the leaves, I used light green cardstock, so I wouldn't have to color the entire thing. And then use some rustic Wilderness Distress Oxide ink to color blend the edges. I took the smallest ball stylus and created some veining by going down the center of the leaves. And then took the reverse tweezers and folded the leaves a bit around the tweezers and pinched the edges and tips of the leaves to give it a little bit more of a realistic look. For the background, I took some luster wax, and this is by Sizzix. This is gold, and I just put a little bit on my fingertip and wipe off the excess. And then I lightly touch the raised edges. I'm gluing all the leaves here together just to give it a little bit more dimension. And then just going to put these in place with some regular glue. I then place my flower down using the same Tombow glue, and then use the tweezers just to secure it, press it down a little bit without having to flatten my flower. And that's pretty much it. The links to the products can be found underneath the video or on my blog at susanbcards.blogspot.com. Thanks for watching.